accent. And as I'm saying that, we actually do have a match on stream right now.
We have
M versus
Strongbad. This guy is one of the PMDT leaders, is a fantastic player, and, you know, just puts the general work in. M, known for his Ivysaur play, has really been kind of working through all the iterations of PM, and has a fair amount of character loyalty. So let's see what he can bring to the table.
Okay, well, he's starting things off pretty simple. Just going to use those dash attacks on that percentage. I know that there's actually a certain percent where you can... Oh, SD with an unfortunate finger flub. But I digress. There's I was housing Jay-Z, who used to be in Oklahoma. Now he's in Michigan, and he was telling me that there's certain percentages where you really want to start looking for some of those solar beams. And one of those possible setups is with those dash attacks. And so it would not be surprising to see if at those higher percentages, especially when M has a little bit more of that charge, we could be seeing some of that. But look at this, an unorthodox pick from Strongbad. Usually we see him going for his Wario or his Game & Watch. This time he's decided to bust out the trusty Roy, maybe taking a page out of Sethlon's book.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the character's great overall. You can do you have fantastic options to choose from. If you get those down tilts, particularly at the higher percentage, you can go from down tilt to Bear, and there you go, just like that. Bear is a fantastic killing option with Roy, and it's easy to combo into. So there's a lot of volatility as soon as you get to those higher percentages. But the thing that doesn't change is the spacing that comes with the character. And down tilt always being a constant threat for combo options. You can down tilt to Bear, down tilt to numerous bears, and if platforms are there, you can set up into maybe like an ledge cancel forward smash. There's a bunch of options and kill potential the character has. However, M, let's talk a little bit more about M and what makes him different than maybe somebody else that we've seen. For instance, you were housing the gentleman
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Well, M seems to be a little bit more on the passive side, a little bit more reactive than proactive, I'd say,
right,
compared to Jay-Z, who is
very
one of the.
I
think he's the most aggressive Ivysaur I've ever seen play.
Yeah, definitely up there. And Machiavelli, you know, big shout outs to him over.
Yeah, he's very patient. He is the antithesis, I'd say, of say Jay-Z in the sense that he plays a lot more reactive.
See now right there, if it was Jay-Z, he would have just finished him off with that spike as quickly as he could.
But it was something like a down air there.
Yes.
And also charged up a bit of the solar beam. And that's one thing that we're seeing is M has had a little bit of difficulty really getting that synthesis on point. Right. Especially a lot of that having to do with Strongbad really having a good control on space and essentially stage positioning.
Well, not only that, but M is playing from behind, man. Like, the hardest thing to do is to really be playing from behind and forcing yourself to have to play a different play style than what you would if you were ahead, right? We constantly, whenever, you know, people were practicing, a lot of them are thinking, okay, what are these opportunities? What are these reactions? All these situations. How am I going to do X, Y, Z goal? But there needs to be multiple different ways that you can prepare. You need to be able to prepare to think, okay, this is how I'm going to play. This is my strategy when I'm ahead, and these are the strategies I have when I'm, you know, behind. And what am I going to do in those? And what are my game plans? What am I opting for? And what's more advantageous in those situations? So, that was an excellent game going towards Strongbad. He took it pretty convincingly with multiple stocks. You know, ahead.
It's one of those things where M just honestly didn't have room to breathe. He would try to get in, but he just found himself unable to really open up Strongbad.
Yeah.
I want to see, honestly, like more out of the hits that M does get, because he doesn't get very many, but they have potential to be so much more than just those straight hits that we're kind of seeing from him.
Sure, yeah. Stringing together a bit more damage, maybe getting even more positional advantage. Okay, good stuff using those tether mechanics.
Ooh, gets swatted away, but he makes it back onto the stage. The back air
is not enough. It's okay.
And you're noticing he's going to be using those down airs. Oh, he caught him sleeping.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
Come on, Strongbad. You worked on those ledge mechanics.
That was
You know how it works.
Good stuff, though, going straight back into it, being unfazed. And right now, Strongbad trying to set up an advantage. Good dash attack setups into the up tilts. Really trying to get the most out of the normals. But, man, M has been doing a great job getting some of these setups. And you saw Strongbad trying to go for a second reset there, but that down tilt ends up sending him a little bit too high. M has center stage right now. Let's see what he can really do with it. Oh, reading that grab. Okay, there it is. And because it was closer to the hilts, we're going to get that increased amount of knockback, as, you know, Roy is the inverse of Mark.
I want to see a little bit more awareness on spacing, really, from M, because it seems like Strongbad has just had such a great control of that overall, and M more often than not puts himself in positions where he'll commit to an option, and then Strongbad can just maneuver and easily punish.
The overcommitments have been punished consistently, and M is going to do his best to see if he can kind of get back onto the ground here. The place that you do not want to be is under a swordsman. Actually, the best rule of thumb is that
above a swordsman.
Excuse me, above a swordsman. The general rule of thumb is if you are below your opponent, you generally are winning, because there's not many, if any, characters that really do well being above their opponent.
Falco comes to mind, though.
Falco
comes to mind because that dare. Ooh. And hey, speaking of which, M had a little bit of time whenever he got that Star KO, and that's why we saw him starting to charge that synthesis.
Right.
And the Solar Beam is not quite ready yet. He's going to need a little bit more, but that, wow.
He just brought down the hammer. That was fantastic.
Quick little flare blade.
And it's those moments like M has to choose if he's going to, when it comes to synthesis, is he going to choose to make a proactive route, go after his opponent, try to chase him down and finish stocks, or get positional advantage, or take the opportunity to charge a bit more, right? There has to be a conscious decision between the two. And because he's playing from behind, I'm going to kind of err on the side that he's going to be a bit more proactive. Coming back on, he needs to hold that position. His back is to the wall.
Okay, he's able to make it back there. That bear!
Yeah, not
going to be enough. Using that dare once again, just trying to make it back. Oh, wow. He clipped him with the Razor Leaf. Did not have enough in the tank, though, to get that tether out just in time.
Right.
And M ends up falling, and Strongbad takes that 2-0.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic play from both of them. M having moments of surprises where he comes in there and gimps off those stocks.
I like the gimp. That gimp was awesome.
That was great. And it was really unexpected, and I loved it. I just kind of wish that at neutral there was a less overcommitment from M. But great punishments overall from Strongbad and really making the most of those opportunities.